What would you do if you were faced with thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars worth of medical bills or dental bills and you couldn't afford to pay for it? Would you be willing to cross the border, the southern border, to get that work done for a fraction of the cost? Millions of Americans are doing that every year, going into Mexico, crossing the border, going around walls to get the dental work, the vision work, the medical work that they need. And especially snowbirds. A lot of the snowbirds who are retired or living on limited incomes are going across the border every year to get medical work done. And so a couple years ago, I crossed into Mexico to get some dental work done and to buy my prescription migraine medicine. And this is a video I never made. And part of the reason I didn't make it is because I didn't have the best experience and I wasn't really sure. I was kind of waiting to see if the dental work, if it kind of worked itself out, or I don't know. I was just kind of waiting to see what would happen. And, you know, a lot of people go down to Mexico, they get implants done, they get their work done, and they say, oh, it was great. It was a great experience. And while the experience inside the medical office might be great, what are the long-term effects of that work that you got done? And so I'm going to take you with me today. I'm going to answer your questions. Number one, is it safe to go into Mexico? I went into Mexico by myself, so I'm going to show you as I walk the streets of Mexico, is it safe for a woman alone to travel to Mexico? What do you do with your dog? Because I still had Capone, so I'm going to show you what I did with Capone. What was the experience like at the medical office, and also the experience of buying my prescription drugs there. So stay tuned. I'm going to take you with me, and as I walk you through the streets of Mexico and my dental experience, I'm going to explain to you what I learned and what my experience was, and you can judge for yourself whether it was good or bad. Hey friendlies, it's Carolyn and welcome back to my RV life. I have to go to the dentist today. I don't want to go to the dentist today, but I have had a cavity that for a couple of years dentists have been telling me that I'm days away from it rupturing and getting into the nerve, and I'm starting to feel it more and more. So I'm heading to Algodones for a dentist appointment. I'm going to walk you through how I made the dentist appointment, how I chose a dentist, and I'm going to take you with me today. But first I want to show you where I camped. I came in from Slab City last night, which was about a 2-hour drive. I'm in Yuma, Arizona, just a couple miles from the border. There is Indian reservation land here, right next to a casino that is, from what I can tell, you're just allowed to boondock here. So I'm going to show you around, show you where I spent the night. This is right on, I think it's called Algodones Road. And there's a casino. Okay, this is Algodones Road. We head this way to the Mexican border. And there's beautiful walking. I went for a couple mile hike last night. Hiked up the mountains, hills over there, really pretty. And in the back there, you can't see it from here, but the reservation land actually gives permits. I think it's like $80 a year, and you can stay out here as long as you want. Of course, in the summer it's too hot and everybody leaves, but $80 if you want to stay out here 3 or 4 months is not a bad deal. As far as I can tell, this is kind of like temporary boondocking, and I don't know if I'm supposed to have a permit or not, or if they just don't enforce it here. I wanted to be close to the border. I have no idea if there's, my appointment's at 10 a.m. Arizona time. I have no idea if there's going to be a line getting into the parking lot. It's almost 9 o'clock now, so I wanted to get a head start. I'm going to go park, and I'm going to take you through the process. All right, see you soon. Oh shoot, I didn't grab my money. I'm going to need money for the border. For the parking lot. Yeah, here it is. All right. No line at all. So people are parked way out here, you'll see, to avoid having to pay for the parking lot. I could do this, but Capone is going to stay in the RV. You know, I think I'd rather just be be in the parking lot. I think it's 12 bucks. This over here is reservation land. It used to be an RV park, but it looks like it's closed down now. Pulling in, you can see the border straight ahead. Last U-turn in the USA, 900 feet. So we're taking a right here. Keachin parking lot. It's Indian reservation. Oh wow, not bad at all. Good. I don't know why I thought there would be a line. Because I heard when my friend Bob came with his group, they said the parking lot was really, really full. So I heard that if you get here early, it's better for getting out. The line at customs coming back in, the later in the day that you are, the worse the line is going to be. So I made my appointment for as early as I can, and I just want to get back over early. I don't really feel like standing in line for 2 hours waiting to get back over the border. Cars are $6. Semis with a trailer, 12. RVs, RV haulers, 8. Hi.
Hello. Have a good one.
Thank you. Oh, so you can get approval to park overnight even. That's good to, oh, wow, that's really good to know. I wonder if they'd allow an RV. I don't know. Okay, shade would be nice. Where's the sun? There. So I'm gonna try to find a place in the shade. Yeah, good luck. Actually, I'm gonna park next to these guys. Okay, I think this will be good for Capone. All right, so here we are. All right, so I'm in the parking lot getting ready to cross the border. I'm gonna close up the rig, make sure everything is locked up, and make sure Capone has plenty of air. It's only gonna be 72 degrees today, and you know, it doesn't get as hot in the RV as it would a car. I don't really know why, but it really doesn't. So I'm not too worried about leaving him in here for a couple of hours. If it was 85, 90 degrees outside, I wouldn't do it. So that's why a lot of my shopping I do early in the morning, you know, and try to avoid really hot areas so that Capone can stay inside. But he'll be fine. He'll be totally comfortable inside. Make sure he has plenty of water. Bye, buddy. Puppy. Capone. Oh, I'm sorry. Bye. I know it's hard leaving you, even though I know you're gonna be okay. Mom will be back in like 2 hours max, okay? All right. So I'm going to Dental Solutions. It is on 163rd Street between A and B. And what am I bringing with me? My passport. I think you can get a special ID card that you can cross the border with. I don't know. I use my passport. And I have some cash on me, probably not enough to cover the whole thing. I checked ahead of time. I'm going to go through the whole process of how I found the dentist, my communication with him, how I set the appointment. But I asked them if they take credit cards. They do, but they charge an extra 4%. So I don't know how much I'm going to have to pay today. I have some cash and not enough. Next time I might just come with cash. 4% on $500. What is that? 20 bucks. So, all right. So I have my passport, credit card, cash, and I am on my way to the dentist. And we'll check in with you in a minute once I cross the border. I'm walking through the parking lot. Okay. About the process for getting a dental appointment. I went online and researched dentists in Algodones, and I looked at the Yelp reviews, and I chose the dentist that had very, very good reviews, had really high reviews. I had been told by 2 or 3 American dentists over the last 5 or 6 years that I went in for cleanings, or at one time I had to have wisdom teeth pulled. They did the x-rays and they were like, oh, look at that spot up there. Look at that. I can't believe you haven't had excruciating pain. It's really rotting away. It's getting close to the nerve, and you should get a root canal. You absolutely need a root canal. So when I went to the dentist in Algodones, I went to a root canal specialist, assuming that I was going to need a root canal, and instead of paying $2,000 or $1,500 or whatever it is in the US, I was going to pay, I think it was like $500 at that dentist. Welcome back to Mexico. In case you didn't come with me the first time when I came here to get my migraine meds, we'll walk you through. I just crossed the border, and they frown upon photography at the customs and at the border. Yeah, probably a national security thing. one and I don't know what I did with it. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Buenos dias. Here's my buddy. Hello, how are you? I already talked to you a couple months ago. Last month. You were even on my video.
I was.
Today I'm going to the dentist. Yeah, you were. You told me about your house that you're building.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. I made pretty good money last week, so I think I'm going to finish the towel
Nice.
this weekend.
Good for you. And congratulations.
I made $2,300 just on commission.
So you make commission?
That's the only way we make money out here.
So...
We're out here bothering you guys. This is my dentist over here.
All right, you know what? I'll come back. I was gonna go over there, but I'll come back.
Wait a minute. You don't have an appointment?
No, I'm gonna get some more meds before I cross. So
Well, what
I'll
about
come
our
back.
dental service? I mean, I told you we have a good one across the street.
Oh, I already have an appointment at Dental
Well, yeah,
Solutions.
that's the only way we make money. I made $2,300 last week.
Oh, from dental, not from drugs.
No drugs.
Oh.
That's my regular salary on drugs.
Oh, I see.
But,
Jeez.
yeah.
All right, so
And we're super good. It's not like I'm recommending people. I've been recommending for 7 years there.
what's it called?
Alberta.
Alberta. So
Come
for
there, guys.
so
Come there.
Everybody else, come to Alberta Dental and tell them that Miguel sent you.
And take a see me again. And I'm Miguel. Don't forget to check me out before.
He's the first guy you see yelling at you when you cross the border. You can't miss. You can't miss.
I try
his
not
friend.
to pressure nobody, but we do offer the best dental care in town, the best. And we're a big facility. We're known to be one of the best specialists.
Okay.
From
Oh, there
orthodontics,
we
implantologists, orthodontics, periodontics. We got all specialties in one clinic.
Okay.
So check us out. Check us out. I'm telling
right.
you. And see me or mention me. So
All right.
me and my daughter can make some money. It's a pretty good place.
Miguel is building a house here and he's almost done. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
So help me out.
I wish I'd known.
All right, señorita, take a look. I got beautiful presents and jewelry.
How about on my way back?
Oh.
Gracias.
I don't believe in the girls that come back. My girlfriend never come back and never come back.
Excuse me.
Right over here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Perk Pharmacy. Low prices, low prices. Welcome to the Perk Pharmacy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viagra Land.
That gets everybody's attention.
Viagra Land.
Yeah. Lots to be afraid of here, isn't there? Yeah. Not so much. Alright.
Hey, no selfies right here, man. No selfies.
Seriously? You don't want any business? Nice work.
Thank you.
Hey, picture for me. For pharmacy, for dental.
Dental.
Dental here.
I'm looking for dental solutions.
No, and that one here.
I'm sorry, I already have an appointment.
And that one here more cheaper price for you.
Oh,
Only
okay.
less money. 2 penny more, better price. Give
Thank
me
you.
my card.
I'll tell people. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Take my card too. Reels?
Sure.
I work for Tracy Dental.
Okay.
We do implants, everything. Check
Okay.
price.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, we want you in TV. Hello.
Hi, you want to say hi?
Hi, baby. How you doing?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. I'm single and available, and I do dishes.
And you do dishes? Do you cook?
Well, for you, anything.
I'm trying to find an address. I'm late for an appointment. Third Street? Thank you. Avenue A. Ooh, pretty. Oh, those are very pretty. Very pretty.
De tantos años colgado, que se me caen de todas las manzanas.
Something really unique.
Ah, very pretty. Muy bonita.
How much you sell for?
Which one?
Okay, I think I'm lost.
Nice to see you again. Beautiful.
Hola.
Hola.
3rd Street, por favor. 3rd?
Over there.
Okay.
To your right.
Muchas gracias.
Free margarita with your lunch.
Ah.
Over here, I'm ready for the video.
Yeah.
Open it with me.
On the way back.
Okay.
Oh, hats. I see hats.
Hats.
Avenue B, Calle. Shit. Chiropractic care. I just passed spa, massage and facial, and pedi mani. All right. Oh my gosh, I got lost. I should have turned on my navigation, but I didn't. All right. And the streets aren't really marked. I'm gonna guess to the right. Yeah, this looks right.
Picture.
Where, do you know, am I on 3rd Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
Dental Solutions.
Dental Solution is just right here. Right there where the pigeons are.
Right, okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, here's my dentist. Dental Solutions. It's really small and almost hard to find. I really had to ask directions to get here a couple of times. Oh my gosh, there are so many dental offices. So this is Dental Solutions. We're gonna go inside.
They got his position. The rat made the fire. That's the slap shot from one of the most.
I mean, well, the Lion King was, if you're trying to stay topical, the Lion King was a big one for me. Although it was also like that.
All right. I love this woman. She's just announced it. Now, very important. This month, we're looking for.
I mean, if you go to another country expecting what you get in the United States, you're going to be extremely disappointed. You are not, you know, they're more laissez-faire. I mean, it looked clean. The equipment didn't maybe look quite as high-tech as what you're used to in the U.S. When I got there to the dentist in Mexico, literally, like, my appointment was at 10, and the doctor wasn't there yet. The dentist wasn't there. She was like an hour late. And they kept saying, oh, you know, we're calling and trying to get her, we're trying to wake her up, and, you know, oh, well, she's gonna be here. And by the time I went in, there were like 3 other people waiting for her. So things just move, you know, but that's just different cultures do things differently. And if you travel abroad, you know, and if you're going to get any services abroad or pay for any services abroad, just expect that not everybody acts like Americans do. People have different cultures, different ways of doing things. But that's, you know, that's not a big deal. I kind of expect when I go to another country, regardless of whether I'm eating out or renting a hotel room or riding a public transportation or, you know, paying for a cab or renting a car or getting my teeth done, I know that things aren't going to be what I expect. And so you have to be patient and flexible. Do you mind if I film you?
If you want to.
Okay.
I don't have any trouble.
So what did you say? So I should just wait?
Yes, please, because I think the doctor Daniela will start with your impression for your crown. So yes, please.
Oh, I'm not getting a crown.
Oh no?
No, I'm just waiting for a cleaning.
Oh, okay. So let me check because I have already. Yes, let me stop.
Can you let me know how long it would be?
Yes, I will check.
Okay.
And I can tell you how many time. No, it's not how many, right? It's how much time.
Or how many minutes? Yeah, either way. Okay, thank you.
What was the thing when you were a little girl? What was the
What?
It's very difficult.
Okay.
Salivo porque es
And
muy difícil.
you are a root canal expert.
Root canal specialist.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. And she has taken excellent care of me. Bye. Thank you. All right, 2 hours later, how my pearly whites look. So I ended up, instead of needing about $2,000 worth of dental work that the American dentists tell me I need, I spent $125 on 2 fillings and a cleaning. So I'm not gonna go through the whole rundown here on the street, but just want to let you know it was a really good experience. Great dentist, all female office, which I really dig. But when I get back later and sit down, I'm going to tell you about my impressions of getting dental work done in Mexico. Having being on a chair for 2 hours with your mouth wide open, not being able to talk, really gives you a lot to think about. So I have some pretty interesting thoughts about comparing to this root canal expert, and she does the x-rays, and she's like, you don't need a root canal. Look, there's nothing wrong. And she showed me, and I mean, of course I'm a lay person. I don't know what I'm looking at, but she was like, you don't need a root canal. And I was like, well, I'm having a little bit of pain. And she said, you know, I think what it is you have an old filling, and I think it might need to be cleaned out. And there was also, I think I was having intermittent pain on the other side as well. And she said, same thing, it's an old filling. So let's, you know, and I kind of had to push. I was like, well, something's going on. You know, we should do something. And she's like, all right, if you insist, we'll take the fillings. You might have gotten a gap. And so that's what she did. And so my immediate impressions were, wow, what a difference between American medicine that maybe, just maybe pushes things on us a lot that we don't need. I kind of had the same experience with Capone at a vet in Yukon Territory, Canada versus the United States. Very similar. The Canadian vet was just kind of laissez-faire, well, there's really nothing we can do, and the vet in the United States was recommending all kinds of invasive, crazy, expensive stuff. And same thing, you know, with my experience dental work in Mexico. She was like, you don't need a root canal, and here I am 2 years later and still have not needed a root canal. What I will say though, part of the reason I was a little hesitant is because after the work was done, after she replaced my fillings, I was having more pain. I couldn't chew certain angles. If I got something on both sides, really hurt a lot. So I went back. And what she did is she scraped down. She thought that the filling wasn't landing correctly, and so it was causing pain. You know how sometimes you go to the dentist and that happens? The filling needs to be filed down so that it's meshing in your teeth correctly. So I went back and she did that. And it got a little bit better, but literally, like, for the last 2 years, it still has not been right. I was gonna go to in New Mexico within that year. I had made an appointment. I told them what happened, and they were like, oh yeah, it just sounds like your fillings need to be filed down. And I ended up having to leave, and I didn't go to that dentist appointment. So I've not been back to a dentist in the 2 years since I went to Mexico. It is getting better. They don't hurt as often, so I think they're automatically just getting worn down. So I really think that was the only problem. And I really had mixed feelings about, you know, it was still too soon. I didn't know, did I really need a root canal? Was it just that the fillings needed to be filed down? And so I waited to make a video because I really kind of wanted to see what was going to happen and what the problem really was. Were they completely wrong and I really did need a root canal, or was it just something as simple as not filing down the fillings correctly? But it wasn't really too bad. And I got a cleaning and everything and 2 fillings for $50, and in the end, you know, I could have kept going back and kept getting it filed down, or I could have just gone to a US dentist, because at that point I was very far away. I kept traveling away from Mexico and didn't want to keep going back into Mexico. And that's another thing, you know, if you're only down here once a year and something does happen, something breaks, you're far away from the dentist. Of course, I guess as a nomad, you're always going to run that risk, whether you're in Mexico or whether you have a dentist in Arizona or any other part of the country where you're only at a month or so a year. So that was my experience with the dentist. And I don't know, is that a bad experience? I think for a couple years I've been thinking, yeah, it is a bad experience, but I'm not really sure what to think of it. I mean, $50, I guess, you know, compared to whatever, maybe $150 it might have cost in the US for cleaning and x-rays and 2 new fillings. The other thing I do want to talk about is I have heard now 2 stories, different dentists. The one actually that I think Bob Wells recommends, 2 stories now of implants from that dentist. So look at his video if you're interested, that have broken. Now, implants are supposed to last forever, right? I mean, at least like 20 years. I had a client once who was a dentist and he sold a lot of implants. And they're supposed to last a long time. That's why you pay so much money for them. And I know of 2 nomads now who have gone over to that dentist and their implants have broken. So, I don't know if they can go back and get them replaced. I think they can, but that's a pain in the butt. And for me, I've said this before, cheap isn't necessarily the most important thing to me. My time and my sanity and my stress level are way more important. And so for me, honestly, I don't think I would go back to Mexico for dental work. I think I would rather just go to the US and having the peace of mind and knowing that that they know what they're doing, that they're certified. And I feel kind of bad saying that because the dentist that I went to, she went to dental school, her degrees are on the wall, she was very professional and very good. You know, and in the end, it wasn't really a bad experience. I suppose that, you know, the uneven fillings, actually I think that's happened now that I think about it at other dentists I've gone to, that I had to go back and get them filed down again. So you can see I really have mixed feelings about it, and I don't know what to suggest to you. Give it a try. Give it a try if you have the time and the patience, and especially if you don't have the money. I think if you do have the money, if you have good insurance and you can afford to go to an American dentist, you might want to just go ahead and stick with that. But if you're in a pinch, you need thousands of dollars of work done, go ahead and give Mexico a try. I would even go ahead and try the dentist that I went to. I thought they were very good. She listened. She worked really hard to try to fix whatever problems I was having. And so yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's my experience in Mexico with dental. And I don't know. I take this information along with all the other information on the internet about going to Mexico for dental work, and make your own choices and decide for yourself what's best for you. All right, I'm gonna go get a taco and then I'm gonna head somewhere else. Since I don't have to be here for 4 days because I thought I was gonna need a crown and I don't, I can leave. I'm free. I'm free. All right, I'm gonna go get a taco. Adios. All right, so I was looking for a good fish taco. I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna get migraine medicine, so why not? And the dentist recommend Lupitas. So right around the corner from Dental Solutions is Lupitas, which is right behind me. Let's go check it out. Traveling, I have to splurge. Luckily, I'm going to stop and get more migraine medicine on the way out, but check out that fish and shrimp taco. That looks amazing. All right. Adios. That is really good. Alright, I got another supply of migraine medicine. This time I got bottles of 20 instead of 25. And look at bottles of 20 instead of, last time I got bottles of 5. Yeah. So I've said this before, there's police everywhere. Okay, it is in their best interest to make sure it is safe here because they make a lot of money off of Americans here. And all right, so I'm heading to customs, heading back to the RV. I'm done. Dental work is done. I'm set on migraine pills, which I'm gonna need after that delicious fish taco. Yummy.
Hurricane Theater, you know those two strip malls? Yeah. It's on the left side, he said.
No, thank you. Oh my God. Here's the gold, everything else. And you got the Mexican police on their cell phones. And the American Border Patrol looking all serious. Oh my God. I'm gonna get arrested. All right. Oh my God, look at the line. Okay, but now let's talk about my prescription that I got in Mexico the second time I went. I was extremely, extremely disappointed about this. The first time I went, I bought a couple bottles of 5 pills of the generic brand for Imitrex, which is what I take for my migraines. It's not a painkiller. It's not a painkiller. It's not one of those, it's not a narcotic or anything like that. It's just Imitrex. It's just a migraine medicine, maybe a beta blocker, I think, maybe. Anyway, the first time I went into the pharmacy, I bought a couple bottles of 5 pills. I took one right away because I had a migraine, and I can feel when my Imitrex starts working, it almost feels like the migraine is melting. It's like this weird sensation I get down my head, and I could feel that instantly, you know, or within 15 minutes or whatever that I usually take a pill. The first time I went. The second time I went, I was like, all right, great, that worked. Went to the same pharmacy, Purple Pharmacy, which is very, very popular. A lot of people go to. And I was like, okay, they worked great, so I'm going to get a year's supply. So I bought, I think, 3 bottles of 20, and they were less than $1 a pill. I can't remember now. It was like maybe $15 a bottle for 20 pills. So I bought 3 of them, and they didn't work. None of them worked. I didn't get that same feeling. I would take them and my migraine wouldn't go away. Same pharmacy, different bottle, and there were 20 in a bottle instead of 5. I don't know what happened, you know, and I don't have the bottles anymore. I threw them away, but just beware. I don't even know what to tell you. I know tons of people, again, who go into Mexico, get their prescription meds in Mexico and never have had a problem. So but 3 bottles, I tried all 3 bottles and none of them worked. And they were the bigger bottles, they weren't the smaller ones. So that's my experience, good or bad, you judge for yourself. I guess it's hit or miss. I guess that's the best thing that I can say about it is that my experience with the drugs was hit or miss. Would I go back and do it again? Yeah, I would go back and try the $5 bottle again. You know, maybe if I was close and maybe if I had realized they didn't work before I left the area, maybe I would have been able to take them back. I don't know. But just beware. I don't know what else to tell you. That is my experience. The second time I went, they did not work. They were not, I don't think they were my Imitrex. Or maybe they were expired. I don't know. And again, I'm just sharing my experience, and I think it's up to you to decide whether it's a good or a bad experience, and it's up to you to take all the information and decide for yourself whether it's a risk you want to take going there for whether it's vision or dental or your prescription drugs. If you haven't seen the first video about how to get your prescription drugs in Mexico, be sure to, I'll put it up here, click up here, I'll put a link, so check out that video. And I hope you found this helpful. As usual, just sharing my experience, hoping that it helps people. And if you enjoyed this video and you want a lot more adventure, fun information, philosophies on life, and all of the stuff that comes with my channel, if you want more of that, be sure to click below to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, make sure your notifications are checked so that you are notified when new videos come out. And if you really like my channel and you want to help me keep making videos and also get instant access to hundreds of extra videos, as well as a tight-knit community of people that I've gotten to know quite well, consider joining Patreon right over here. Would love to see you there and get to know you better. All right, I'll see you all next time. And in the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah.